Olympics, we spend a lot of our time, training, World Championships, Commonwealth Games, European Championships. What we're all trying to, or strive for, is one of these bad boys. Well, I've got two of them actually. But it's one of these. We're not a Commonwealth. These are my Commonwealth Youth Championship medals. But what we're all training for is a gold on these for the Olympics, and they're pretty rare to achieve. As if any of you guys are unaware, that the Olympics occur every 4 years. So there's it's not a yearly thing. It's every 4 years, so you don't get much chance to compete in it. And even just being within the Olympic Games, not even medaling, but just being classified as an Olympian, no one can ever take that away from you, and it's kind of like a title that is everlasting throughout your whole career. So the journey towards the Olympics, that's what it's all about. Every 4 years, I train pretty much 6 days a week, with Sunday being my rest days. Class Sunday is my day of rest, and training can last up to about 2 to 3 hours. That can vary from being out in the roads, doing a little bit of running. Well, I don't like running much because anything that lasts longer than 20 seconds, nah, it's too long. But it will vary between being in the gym, being in the sandpit. Funny enough, people always say, "Where you gotta be in the sandpit?" A lot of the time, we spend our time, training our upper bodies, training the big muscles, training the chest and stomach and the abs and the ass, it's what we call that engine, the ass. If you ever see a sprinter, they've always got a big ass. That's what we call the power, it's our driving force. So, yeah, so if you see, don't go knocking any of those on your ball. But it's really important that we have to strengthen our feet, because it takes all of the load from it. So, training, it's a mixture of everything, and our routine's pretty much set. We have a schedule. It's very, very difficult to kind of work in and around the training because it takes up so much of your time. And also what you do away from your training can affect, let's say your lifestyle can affect your training. So, being out on late nights, constantly drinking, having meals like we had today, can affect our preparation towards 2012. Now, over a lot of obstacles and barriers when doing so. A lot of times people don't actually understand what it means to be an athlete. You have to make a lot of sacrifices, whether it's being social times with your mates, or even spending time with the girlfriend, or even spending time with the family. Training always has to take some form of priority, and it's not down to anybody, not down to your family or your coach. It's always down to that athlete and how bad they want it. I feel that even though I've been out for so long, even right to this day, no one has taken that spot that's rightfully mine. So, my coach, my mum, all the people that were closest to me saying, you will be back to that #1 spot, but it's going to take time. So I was like, okay, fair enough. So I spent a year of rehab. We're going into 2009 now. I spent a year of rehab. And it's quite difficult, it's quite funny to be so used to winning, stepping onto a track knowing that you've won the race before the race has even been won, to being in a position where you've got guys that were nowhere near in your league all of a sudden on your shoulder because you've lost all that strength, you've lost all that power, you've lost everything you've been spending, the past 5 years working. I always say to myself, how bad do I want it? How bad do I want that medal? A lot of people in athletics would be happy to go for 1, silver or 4th, but really, everyone wants to go for the gold. If you think to yourself, okay, I'm going to train for the gold and end up with silver, then it's not a bad job. But regardless if you're going up against Usain Bolt, you still want to go for that gold, And I don't know if anyone's ever heard of the story of how bad do you want success, and you can put it in YouTube, and pretty much the whole story is about you've got to want success as much as you want to breathe. Now I don't know if anyone's got any asthma in there, but I used to be asthmatic, and sometimes you go through like an asthma attack, and you get shortness of breath and you're wheezing, you're really gasping for air, or if you've probably gone into the swimming pool and someone's held you under the water for so long, you're just messing around and you jump up out of the water because you get really scared and frightened. right? For that split second, you're not thinking about, you know, whether you want to go out with your mates, or you're not thinking about whether you want to go out for a drink, or you're not, you know, thinking about whether you want to go watch EastEnders. You're just thinking about how bad you want that breath. But that's how bad you're gonna want that medal, or how bad you want that, how bad you're gonna want to be successful. Just hearing my story and my journey, you can relate to what it's like to be an athlete, what we have to go through, and you know, it's very, very difficult, certainly financially, to fund all this stuff when you haven't got the support. Because I know what it's like having the support, having that taken away from me, then you know, putting myself in a position where it's gonna come back, and you know.
Find us, add us, follow us online. We're everywhere. Always remember this: you have one life, live it.